I don't pretend to hold the ultimate truth and urge you to dig into the facts yourself based on what follows. Does an unwritten promise allow to do the opposite? In 1990, US Secretary of State James Baker met Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev in Moscow to discuss German reunification after the Berlin Wall's 1989 fall. Baker verbally assured Gorbachev that if a unified Germany stayed in NATO, the alliance wouldn't expand 1 inch eastward beyond East Germany. The 1990 Treaty on the Final Settlement allowed Germany in NATO, but barred foreign forces in former East Germany until Soviet troops left, 1994. Gorbachev later rued not securing this in writing and saw now from the sideline how the promise was broken over and over again. Russia perceives this broken promise as a foundational NATO provocation, crossed many times by many miles. In 1992, the US supported Russia's market economy shift via the Freedom Support Act, while Bush and Yeltsin, at the June 1992 Washington summit, signed arms reduction deals building on START I and forged a US-Russia partnership, easing Cold War tensions. Yet NATO's expansion plans soon reignited friction. In 1994, NATO's Partnership for Peace, launched at the Brussels summit under Clinton, engaged former Soviet and Warsaw Pact states, including Russia, joined June, in military cooperation short of membership. Central European nations pressed for more, and Clinton told Yeltsin NATO would study expansion, formalized by December. Yeltsin, at the Budapest CSCE summit, warned this could turn Cold War into Cold Peace, reflecting Russia's alarm. Since 1994, NATO has expanded, adding Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, Bulgaria, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Albania, Croatia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Finland and Sweden. Not surprisingly, Russia sees this as a breach of the 1990 assurance, fueling encirclement fears. But then again, it was never put in writing. Ukraine's NATO bid escalated this further. For decades, US intelligence shaped Ukraine's westward shift through covert means, funding pro-democracy NGOs in the 1990s, backing the 2004 Orange Revolution, and, per leaked 2014 calls, guiding the Euromaidan uprising that toppled its pro-Russian president. US and NATO military aid, far exceeding the 1 inch promise, then provoked Russia's Crimea annexation and Donbas conflict. This deepened EU divisions as member states split over Ukraine policy. Trump's statement on February 26, 2025, saying, "The European Union was formed in order to screw the United States," made clear that the US sees the EU as a trade and power rival. By snubbing EU officials, meeting individual European leaders, and backing ultra-right anti-EU parties, Trump clearly shows intent to hasten the EU's end. He makes visible what was the hidden goal since long by adopting a businessman's language and style, entirely dismissing the diplomatic conventions the world was accustomed to. Why don't we want to understand Russia's aggression toward Ukraine? Why we in Europe don't see how we are being played? Imagine Russia toppling pro-US regimes in Mexico or Canada with cash and guns. Would America just sit back and watch? Who was the real aggressor and who enabled him? We have received a wake-up call, but seem to be pushing the snooze button over and over again. Is it too late to wake up? Can 800 billion of euros to be paid by EU's taxpayers really save the Union? Or is it just the final nail in the coffin?